All right, Rippers, just had a couple short things I wanted to show you that I found while I was out, of course, in Wally World, so you might keep an eye out for it if it's something that you think might work in your gear. First off, I saw a new, and I think I may have mentioned this once before briefly in a video, but this was a new water purifying system that I've seen out there, and we've seen, of course, the Sawyer mini filters and things like that, and you've seen the Culligans or whatever they are, the Coleman, iodine pills, then with the flavor reducer type, thing you put in there. That works with iodine and whatnot. And then you've seen the Aqua Pure pills that you put in to purify your water, which are just kind of a one-step type pill. I really like the Aqua Pure. This is made by the same company, but this is called Potable Aqua. And what it is chlorine dioxide water treatment liquid. So these are liquids of course, I don't have, let me see here, one sec. Doing honeydews today, so I'm in the kitchen, but let's take a look at what's inside here. Now it's a liquid format, and it's a little bigger, takes up a little bit more room. So let's get this open here. There we go. That's nice and graceful. Jiminy Christmas. Could have had a better opening thing like that, but it looks like you have a two-part liquid, a part A and a part B, right? So let's see here. It says it's a chlorine dioxide water treatment liquid. Kills odor causing bacteria, enhances taste, and stored portable water. Easy to use, no aftertaste, treats up to 60 gallons. So what this is mainly meant for is if you're storing long-term water, this is to help keep it kind of in shape, right? So that it doesn't go funky as fast, maybe. So this would be something if you're, you have you're keeping a 50-gallon water, food and water bucket or, drum that is water certified or freshwater certified and whatnot to keep it kind of on the fresh and go, right? Looks like here, part A is chlorine dioxide at 2%, and other ingredients are 98%. Doesn't say what those other ingredients are, and then your part B is your phosphoric acid, 5%, and then other ingredients, 95%. So let's see what else it says here. Okay, so the 2% aqueous solution of chlorine dioxide for the use in control of the buildup of slime in water storage containers. So this isn't for purifying your water per se. This is meant for keeping your purified or clean water or stored water storable, right? If you're doing it in a bulk situation like a lot of preppers do. That's kind of why the reason I got it. Otherwise, I wouldn't really need it. Is because I thought that was really neat. I haven't seen something like that before. Now, I'm sure they exist out there, but I certainly haven't seen it at Walmart at a lesser cost. It also might give you the idea that they're thinking that we should be storing up water, right? Right. And it looks like, let's see if it gives me here what it'll store up or how many gallons it'll do. So, that's right. It says it'll do treats up to 60 gallons. So you basically just pour in, depending on the gallons that you're treating, the amount of number one, let it set for 5 minutes to ensure full, get in there and do its thing. And then shake it, let it sit for about 15 to 30 minutes more, and then put in your part B and do the same thing, and away to go. So I just thought you guys should be aware of that because it's really, I know a lot of you probably have catchment or storage systems. Once you've purified it or whatnot, or even in your drinking water, if you're keeping those big 3 to 5 gallon cubes stacked up, or even just a 50-gallon drum of actual clean water when you put it in there, this is a way to keep it clean over a long term. Think of it as the stable for water, right? Like you would your fuel, right? Just one thing to do to make sure that when the time comes you need it, you don't go and it tastes funky, right? And smells funky and has funky things growing in it, right? Because that can happen. With that being said, it's a good idea not to be using the clear type drums make sure they're blue or colored of some sort. Blue's always good because it represents water. And make sure it's in a, climate controlled type situation. Maybe in your garage if it's insulated and well insulated and you don't live in a really extreme heat area, or inside a room, a storage room inside the house, like a spare closet or something that you have. But a room that keeps it at constant temperature, that's just fairly even. You want to be doing it in there because you don't want the UV rays to be getting to your water, causing it to funk faster. And, although, it is kind of fun to get funky fast. But in this case with water, we don't want water getting funky fast. So anyway, that's one thing. The other thing is I found here this Zippo, and they make all kinds of stuff. And that's the wonderful thing about America, isn't it? That we have so many things to choose from that we don't need or want or really, that's how they keep us, right? Broke and under control, right? I think that's about to change in the future. We know we've talked about that in various chats and whatnot. So, I think us getting back to a more self-sustaining lifestyle where you're thinking about what your needs are, not what your wants are, right? Don't be one of the ones that says, when they say, oh, look, we're going to take away your Netflix and everything else unless you agree to this, right? When they start putting that kind of a pressure on, you don't want to be one of the ones going, I can't have that. You want to be one of the ones that'll be like, yeah, right on. I haven't been watching that anyway. Or, yeah, no, I've been too busy doing other things like living, right? That's the side you want to be on. So that being said, I'm just throwing this out there. I thought it was neat. They had it on sale. And I don't know. Zippo always makes good products. I know I have one of their other fire starters that works really good. Now, essentially, all this is at Wally World they have the that brand, what is it, OUO or UCO or whatever, storm matches. Those work great. Those are the ones I keep because they do work great. But this is one of the ones for maybe you live in more of an extreme climate, right? Or you live in an area that has more stormy and windy and wet woods and things like that you need to work with. I actually thought this was pretty handy. One, there's a rubber cap on this side that houses the striker. So you have something to strike it on, although it'll strike anywhere. But this gives you a waterproof striker right there that you have at your disposal, right? You could even maybe put a disc or two of a fire starter in there of some sort, right? Some sort of soaked, cotton facial swab, maybe one in there to use, right? And then on this side here, and what I like about this, it's a nice heavy duty watertight container. It's not a cheesy one, right? It's got big O-rings and whatnot. Now in this side, it's got foam in there to keep things from rattling around. But what it is basically these are jumbo matches. Look at the size of these. These are what they call typhoon matches, right? That's what they've nicknamed them. So when you light this thing, it burns up to 30 seconds, right? I know we're inside the house, but what do you say we try one? You want to try one? Right? It says they're waterproof and windproof. Let's find out here, right? All right. Don't do this at home, right? I'm a trained professional. All right, so here we go. Let's give her a shot, see how long it burns. So we're going to test it out here. And we'll test this in the future on a fire. But I thought, look at that, man. Now that's a match. That's one, if you just need a fire now, that would be the one to do it. Of course, now all of us out there that have been practicing, we can start fires with our steels and flints and things like that, right? We know that. But sometimes when it's wet out there, it can be a struggle, right? Why not give yourself an advantage? And let's check it out. All right, here we go. Gonna set off the fire alarm. It says it burns for 30 seconds. So you guys can go back and see if that holds true in the time, right? But look at that thing go. Now that should give you enough time if you've built your fire tinder nest well and got your fire TP'd and ready to go. That should give you enough time to get something going, right? Look at that. I'll bet you that was pretty close to 30 seconds. You put it down in the comment section. Go back, rewind, see what it is. Tell me how many seconds you think it was and what you thought, right? I think that's a pretty decent match, right? Because the other ones tend to burn pretty fast. So it looks like it'd be windproof and stormproof to me, unless it's just I'm pretty sure that, what was it? Ian or whatever that just went through. That might be giving it a challenge, but just something, another option out there. If you are needing matches and whatnot, don't go out and add it if you already got plenty of matches. But if you live in harsher climates and areas, especially if you're a hunter that gets out there in the wet and in the snow and you need to build a fire where you're standing up or where you're going to be sitting for a while watching, this would be a good thing to have in there, I would say. So let me know what you think. Put it in the comment sections. Like always, like, share, and subscribe. And really, I can't tell you how much going and sharing it out there on your other social media platforms and leaving comments in there helps us break that algorithm so that it gets into it so that more people can see it. And that's not for my benefit as much as it's for the community's benefit. I really want to be building people up, getting them together, right? Building this into something where we have large communities that if and when things get difficult, we might be able to be in touch with each other and have group in strength in numbers, right? Because that's what it's going to take, is for us to be united under God, standing up for our rights and freedoms. So that being said, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Stay safe, stay secure, always be aware of your surroundings, and if you've got it, wear it, right? And if you're wearing it, get out there and practice with it, not only for your safety, but for the safety of others. Till next time, adios.